Leo. A small victory will restore your fire. One small victory is about to change everything for you. And the timing could not be more precise. If you are a Leo who has been feeling like the fire inside you has dimmed, like the passion that once burned so brightly has been reduced to a quiet flicker, then this message was meant to find you at exactly this moment. Something has been weighing on you. Maybe it is a disappointment that hit harder than you expected. Maybe it is the exhaustion of giving so much to others while receiving so little in return. Or maybe it is something quieter than that. A slow creeping feeling that you have lost touch with the version of yourself who used to walk into any room and own it without trying. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are standing at the edge of a turning point about to reveal itself. The universe has been rearranging things behind the scenes, and what is coming will start with something small. A single win. A moment of clarity. A spark that reminds you exactly who you are. But here is the part most people miss. That small victory is not random. It is a signal. And what you do with it will determine the next chapter of your life. Stay with me through every tip in this message, because each one builds on the last. And by the end you will understand exactly why this moment matters more than you think. Tip 1. The fire never left, it just needed protection. Let me tell you something that most people will never understand about Leo energy. Your fire does not go out. It never has. What happens instead is something far more intelligent, far more strategic than simple burnout. When a Leo goes quiet, when that roar softens into silence, it is not because the strength is gone. It is because your spirit has been protecting itself. Think about what fire actually does when it is threatened. It does not simply vanish. It retreats to its core. It pulls inward. It finds the deepest, most protected place it can, and it waits there. Conserves itself. It guards its heat until the conditions are right to expand again. That is exactly what has been happening inside you. You have been through a season where the world asked too much. People leaned on your strength as though it were infinite. They came to you with their problems, their worries, their needs, and you held it all because that is what you do. You are the one others look to when they need courage. You are the one who holds the room together when everything feels like it is falling apart. But somewhere along the way, you forgot to ask yourself a very important question. Who holds the fire when the fire is tired? Nobody told you it was okay to rest. Nobody gave you permission to step back and say that you needed a moment. And because you are a Leo, because pride runs through your veins like blood, you kept going. You kept smiling. You kept showing up. But inside, the flame was pulling inward. It was doing what it needed to do to survive. And survival is not the same as living. You know the difference. You have felt it in those quiet moments when you are alone and the mask comes off and you wonder where all that energy went. You wonder if maybe this time the fire really did go out for good. But I need you to hear this clearly. It did not. That warmth you still feel in your chest when someone you love is hurting. That is your fire. That flash of frustration you feel when you see injustice or dishonesty. That is your fire. That quiet longing for something bigger, something more meaningful, something that matches the size of your heart. That is your fire. It has been there the whole time. It was never gone. It was waiting. And what it was waiting for is exactly what this message is about. A small victory. Not a massive, life-altering earthquake of change. Just one small, clean, undeniable win that reminds your spirit what it feels like to burn bright again. That win is closer than you think. And the reason you found this message today is because your fire recognized it before your mind did. Something inside you knew it was time. Something inside you said yes before you even pressed play. Trust that instinct. That has never been wrong. The fire knows what it needs, and right now it needs you to listen. Not to the doubts, not to the fear, not to the voice that says it is too late or you have missed your chance. Listen to the heat. It is still there, and it is about to remind you why you were born to shine. Tip 2. Stop waiting for the grand moment. There is a trap that catches Leo more often than any other sign, and it is one of the most dangerous patterns you can fall into. You wait for the grand moment. You wait for the dramatic turning point. The cinematic scene where everything shifts in one glorious instant. You wait for the heavens to open and the music to swell and for life to hand you a moment so big, so undeniable, that everyone around you will see it too. And while you wait for that moment, real life keeps moving. Real opportunities keep passing. Real growth keeps knocking at your door. and you keep looking past it because it does not seem big enough. It does not feel worthy of your attention. It does not match the scale of the story you have been telling yourself about who you are and what your comeback should look like. This is where so many Leos get stuck. Not because they lack talent, not because the universe has forgotten them, but because they have confused significance with size. They believe that for something to matter, it has to be enormous. It has to be visible. It has to make everyone turn their heads and take notice. But the truth is, the most powerful changes in life almost always begin in silence. They begin with a decision nobody else sees. A morning where you wake up 5 minutes earlier and use that time to sit with yourself. A conversation where you finally say the thing you have been holding back. A moment where you choose yourself over someone else's expectations, not with drama, not with a speech, but with a quiet, steady certainty that this is what needs to happen. That is what a small victory looks like. And for a Leo, it is the most transformative thing in the world because it rewires the way you think about power. You have always associated power with performance, with being seen, with commanding attention. But real power, the kind that lasts, the kind that cannot be taken from you, it starts in the moments nobody witnesses. It starts with the victories you do not post about, the ones you do not announce, the ones that live only between you and your own heart. When you learn to celebrate those victories, something shifts inside you. The pressure drops. The need for external validation loosens its grip. And suddenly you are not performing your strength anymore. You are living it. That is the difference between a Leo who is burning out and a Leo who is burning bright. The one who burns out is trying to prove their fire to the world. The one who burns bright has stopped needing proof because they can feel it in their bones. So stop waiting for the grand moment. The moment is now. It is this ordinary, unremarkable, completely quiet moment where you decide that you are worth your own attention. That decision is the small victory, and everything else will grow from it. You do not need permission. You do not need an audience. You do not need the stars to align in some perfect formation before you give yourself the right to move forward. You just need to begin. One step, one choice, one quiet act of faith in yourself, and then another, and then another. That is how fires are rebuilt. Not in one dramatic blaze, but one ember at a time. And every ember counts. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Tip 3. Reclaim your morning before the world takes it. There is a reason why the first hour of your day matters more than you have been giving it credit for. As a Leo, your energy is one of the most valuable resources you carry. It is magnetic. It is warm. It draws people in. And because of that, the world has learned to take from you before you even have a chance to fill yourself up. Think about how most of your mornings begin. Your eyes open and immediately the noise rushes in. Messages, notifications, someone needing something, a list of responsibilities that were waiting for you before you even had a chance to take a full breath. And just like that, your energy is no longer yours. It belongs to the day. It belongs to everyone else. It has been spent before you even got out of bed. This pattern has been draining you far more than you realize. It is not the big events that exhaust a Leo. It is the slow leak. The constant, invisible giving that happens when your attention is pulled in every direction from the moment you wake up. And over time, that slow leak empties even the biggest heart. So here is what needs to change. You need to take your morning back. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. And it does not need to be complicated. You do not need to wake up at dawn. You do not need a 2-hour routine with candles and meditation music, though if that speaks to you, by all means. What you need is at least 15 to 20 minutes where you belong entirely to yourself. Before you check your phone, before you open your messages, before you let anyone else's needs enter your awareness. Just you, sitting with yourself, breathing, thinking, feeling, maybe writing down what matters to you today. Not what you have to do, but what matters to you. There is a difference and you know it. When a Leo starts the day from a place of inner fullness, rather than external obligation, everything changes. Your patience deepens. Your creativity sharpens. Your interactions with people carry a different weight because you are giving from overflow instead of giving from empty. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop surviving the day and start shaping it. And that small shift, that quiet 20 minutes before the world wakes up, becomes your first small victory of every single day. It compounds. Day after day, that morning practice builds something inside you that cannot be shaken by circumstances. It builds a foundation, a center, a place you can return to when the noise gets loud and the demands pile up. You will still give. You are a Leo and giving is in your nature. But you will give differently. You will give because you want to, not because you feel you have to. And that distinction will change the quality of everything you pour into the world. Start tomorrow. Set your alarm 15 minutes earlier. Sit in the silence. Let your fire warm itself before you share it with anyone else. That is not selfishness. That is survival. And for a Leo, it is the beginning of a new chapter. You will be amazed at how quickly those quiet minutes start to change the texture of your entire day. Conversations will feel different. Challenges will feel smaller. Your reactions will soften because you are no longer running on empty. You are running on something real, something that belongs to you and you alone. That is the gift of a reclaimed morning. And once you taste it, you will never want to give it away again. Tip 4. Release the people who only remember you when they need you. This is the tip that might sting a little, but you need to hear it because it is one of the biggest reasons your fire has been dimming. There are people in your life who only reach out when they need something. You know exactly who they are. You have known for a long time. But because you are generous, because your heart is big enough to hold entire worlds inside it, you keep answering. You keep showing up. You keep giving your warmth to people who only come around when they are cold. And every single time you do, a little piece of your flame goes with them and they never bring it back. This is not about becoming bitter. This is not about shutting your heart down or building walls so high that nobody can reach you. That is not who you are. And trying to become that person would hurt you more than it would help. This is about something much more honest than that. This is about looking at the patterns in your relationships and having the courage to name what you see. Who calls you when something good happens in their life? Not just when they need comfort or advice. Who checks on you without being asked. Who remembers the things you said 3 weeks ago and follows up because they genuinely care. Who celebrates your wins with the same energy they bring when they need your help. These are the people who deserve your fire. These are the ones who understand that Leo energy is not a resource to be consumed. It is a gift to be honored. And the ones who only show up when they need you. They are not bad people. Most of them do not even realize what they are doing. But that does not mean you have to keep paying the price for their unawareness. You can love someone and still recognize that they are draining you. You can care about someone and still choose to step back. You can wish someone well from a distance without feeling guilty about protecting your peace. In fact, when you start doing this, something remarkable happens. The people who truly value you will feel the shift and step closer. They will recognize that your energy is more intentional now, and they will rise to meet it. And the ones who were only there for what they could take, they will drift away. And when they do, you will notice something surprising. You will not feel empty. You will feel lighter. Because the space they were occupying was never filled with love. It was filled with obligation. And obligation is one of the heaviest things a Leo can carry. So let this be the season where you put that weight down. Not with anger. Not with drama. Just with clarity. Look at your inner circle and ask yourself honestly, who feeds your fire, and who only comes to warm their hands by it? The answer will hurt, but the freedom that follows will heal you in ways you cannot imagine yet. Your fire is too precious to waste on people who never learn to tend it. And once you make that shift, once you start investing your energy only in those who truly deserve it, you will feel a difference so immediate and so profound that you will wonder why you waited so long. Your flame will grow stronger. Your heart will feel lighter, and the relationships that remain will carry a depth and a warmth that you forgot was possible. That is the reward for having the courage to choose wisely. Tip 5. Let go of the version of you that everyone else built. There is a version of you walking around in this world that you did not create. Other people built it. They took pieces of you, the parts they liked, the parts that served them, the parts that made their lives easier, and they assembled a version of you that fits their needs. The strong one. The reliable one, the one who always knows what to say, the one who never breaks down, the one who handles everything with grace and power, and a smile that never cracks. And you have been living inside that version for so long that you might have forgotten it is not actually you. It is a role. A very well-constructed, deeply convincing role, but a role nonetheless. And roles are exhausting when you never get to step off the stage. This is something that happens to Leos more than almost anyone else, because your natural presence is so compelling that people start writing scripts for you before you have had a chance to decide what story you want to tell. They see your confidence and assume you never doubt yourself. They see your warmth and assume you never feel cold. They see your leadership and assume you never want to be held. But you do. You doubt. You ache. You get tired. You wonder if anyone sees the real you underneath all the performance. And most of the time the answer is no. Because you have become so good at the role that even you have trouble finding the line between who you really are and who you have been pretending to be. So here is the small victory that will change everything in this area of your life. Stop performing for one full day. Just one. Do not be the version of you that everyone expects. Be the version that exists when nobody is watching. Say you are tired if you are tired. Say you do not have the answer if you do not have the answer. Let someone else lead the conversation. Let someone else carry the emotional weight. Let yourself be small just for a moment and see how it feels. It will feel terrifying at first. Leos are not built for vulnerability, or at least that is what the world has told you. But the truth is, vulnerability is one of the most powerful things a Leo can practice, because it breaks the cycle of performance that has been stealing your joy. When you let people see the real you, the unpolished, unscripted, beautifully imperfect you, something shifts in your relationships. The ones who truly love you will love you more, and the ones who only love the role, well, they will fall away. And that is information you need, because every person who leaves when the mask comes off is a person who was never really with you in the first place. They were with the character, and you deserve people who love the person, not the performance. So let the mask come down, even just a crack. That crack is the small victory. That crack is where the real light gets in, and what comes through that crack will surprise you. It will not be judgment. It will not be rejection. It will be relief. A deep bone-level relief that comes from finally being seen as you truly are. That is the kind of connection your soul has been starving for. Not applause, not admiration, just simple, honest, real connection. And it starts the moment you give yourself permission to stop performing and start being. Tip 6. Stop punishing yourself for past decisions. There is a conversation happening inside your mind that you have not shared with anyone. It plays on repeat, usually late at night when the house is quiet, and there is nothing left to distract you from it. It is the conversation where you go back to that decision. You know, the one you made months ago or years ago or maybe even decades ago. The one that still makes your stomach tighten when you think about it. The one you keep turning over and over, examining from every angle, wondering what would have happened if you had chosen differently. What if you had stayed? What if you had left sooner? What if you had said yes instead of no? What if you had trusted your gut instead of listening to everyone else? That conversation has been eating you alive, and you have not told anyone because Leos do not like to show regret. Regret feels like weakness, and weakness feels like failure, and failure is something a Leo would rather carry in silence than admit to the world. But here is what you need to understand. That past decision, whatever it was made by a version of you who did not have the information you have now. That version of you was doing the best they could with what they knew at the time. They were navigating pressure and emotion and uncertainty and fear, and they made a choice. Maybe it was not the right choice. Maybe it led to pain. Maybe it closed a door that you wish was still open. But punishing yourself for it now, replaying it endlessly, drowning in guilt and regret, none of that changes what happened. All it does is steal your present. And your present is where the power lives. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can stop letting the past rewrite you. You can stop letting one decision define your worth. You can stop treating that moment as evidence that you are flawed or foolish or not enough. Because you are enough. You have always been enough. The mistake does not erase that. Nothing erases that. Every great leader, every person who has ever done something meaningful in this world, carries a collection of decisions they wish they could take back. That is not a sign of failure. That is a sign of a life fully lived. You tried. You risked. You put yourself out there. And sometimes it did not work. But you survived it. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still searching for meaning and growth and connection. And that tells me everything I need to know about your character. So here is your small victory for today. Forgive yourself. Not halfway. Not with conditions. Fully. Completely. Look at that past decision and say out loud if you need to, that you did the best you could and it is time to let it go. Feel the weight lift. Feel the chains loosen. Feel the fire in your chest breathe a little easier because it is no longer suffocating under the pressure of old guilt. You deserve that freedom, and no one is going to give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. That is the beautiful and the terrifying thing about forgiveness. It is always in your hands. Nobody can force you to let go, and nobody can do it for you. But when you finally choose it, when you finally release the grip that guilt has had on your heart, you will feel something shift that goes beyond words. You will feel your fire breathe again, and that single breath will carry you further than you ever thought possible. Tip 7. Protect your creative energy like it is sacred. There is something about Leo that the world does not always recognize, and it is one of the most beautiful and most vulnerable parts of who you are. You are deeply, profoundly creative. Not just in the artistic sense, although many of you carry enormous artistic gifts, but creative in the way you think, the way you solve problems, the way you imagine possibilities that other people cannot even see. Your mind does not work in straight lines. It works in explosions of color and light and vision. And that creative energy is one of your greatest strengths. But it is also one of the things that gets drained the fastest when you are not careful. Because creative energy is sensitive. It does not thrive in chaos. It does not flourish under constant stress. It cannot survive in an environment where every minute is accounted for, and every ounce of your attention is being demanded by someone or something else. Creative energy needs space. It needs room to breathe. It needs those quiet, unstructured moments where your mind is free to wander without purpose or direction. And if you look at your life right now, honestly, how much of that space do you actually have? If the answer is very little, then you have found one of the main reasons your fire has been dimming. Because when a Leo is cut off from their creative energy, they start to feel like a shell of themselves. They go through the motions. They handle their responsibilities. They show up and do what needs to be done. But the spark is missing. The joy is absent. The thing that makes life feel vivid and alive and worth getting excited about has gone quiet. And no amount of productivity or accomplishment can replace it. Because creativity is not a luxury for you. It is a lifeline. So here is what I need you to do. Find one thing this week that is purely creative. Something that has no practical purpose. Something that will not make you money or advance your career or check a box on your to-do list. Something that exists only because it brings you joy. Maybe it is painting. Maybe it is writing. Maybe it is cooking something you have never tried before. Maybe it is rearranging a room in your home just because you want to see it differently. Maybe it is dancing in your living room with the curtains closed. Maybe it is sitting outside and sketching whatever catches your eye. It does not matter what it is. What matters is that you do it. And when you do, pay attention to what happens inside you. Notice how the tension in your shoulders begins to release. Notice how your breathing deepens. Notice how the voice in your head that has been critical and demanding and never satisfied suddenly goes quiet. That is your creative energy coming back online. That is your fire finding fuel. That is the part of you that has been starving finally getting fed. Protect that. Guard it fiercely. Do not let anyone tell you it is a waste of time. Do not let the world convince you that every moment needs to be productive. Some moments need to be beautiful. And for a Leo, beauty is not optional. It is essential. Tip 8. Learn to receive without guilt. This might be the hardest lesson in this entire message for you, because it goes against everything you have trained yourself to be. You are the giver, the provider, the one who takes care of everyone else, the one who insists on being strong so that others can lean on you. You have worn that identity like armor for so long that taking it off feels dangerous, feels like exposure, feels like if you stop giving, even for a moment, the whole structure will collapse. But it will not. And the fact that you believe it will is one of the biggest lies your pride has ever told you. Receiving is not weakness. Receiving is not dependence. Receiving is one of the most courageous acts a Leo can practice because it requires you to trust. To trust that you are worthy of kindness without earning it. To trust that the people who love you want to give to you, not because they feel obligated, but because seeing you happy makes them happy. To trust that the universe is not keeping score. and that accepting help does not put you in anyone's debt. Think about the last time someone offered you something: a compliment, a gift, help with a task, a moment of care. What did you do? If you are like most Leos, you deflected. You said it was not necessary. You insisted you were fine. You turned the attention back to them because sitting in the spotlight of someone else's generosity made you uncomfortable. And in doing that, you robbed both of you. You robbed yourself of the nourishment you desperately needed. And you robbed them of the joy of giving to someone they love. Because giving is not just about the giver. It is about the receiver being open enough to let it land. When you refuse to receive, you are not being humble. You are being controlling. You are controlling the narrative. You are making sure that you stay in the position of power, the one who gives, the one who provides, the one who never needs anything. But everyone needs something. And pretending you do not is not strength. It is fear. Fear that if people see you needing, they will think less of you. Fear that if you accept help, you will owe something you cannot repay. Fear that if you stop being the strong one, you will have no role left to play. But you are not a role. You are a person. A beautiful, complex, deeply feeling person who deserves to be poured into just as much as you pour into others. So your small victory here is simple but profound. The next time someone offers you something, whether it is a kind word, a helping hand, a gift, or just their presence, say thank you. That is it. Do not deflect. Do not minimize. Do not redirect. Just receive it. Let it in. Feel it. And notice how good it feels to let someone else's fire warm you for a change. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. And it is the kind of wisdom that will keep your own flame burning for decades to come. The world has spent so long taking from you that it forgot to teach you how to be filled. But you are learning now. And every time you let someone love you without flinching, without deflecting, without turning it into a joke or brushing it aside, you are telling your fire that it deserves to be tended by hands other than your own. And that truth will transform the way you move through every relationship for the rest of your life. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Tip 9. Redefine what strength means to you. You have been carrying a definition of strength that was given to you by the world, and it has been slowly crushing you. The world told you that strength means never showing pain, that it means always having the answer, that it means standing tall even when everything inside you is begging to sit down, that it means handling everything alone because needing help is a sign that you are not strong enough. And you believed it. You believed it so deeply that you built your entire identity around it. You became the person who never cracks, the person who always has it together, the person everyone turns to because they know you will carry whatever they cannot. And for a long time that felt good. Felt like purpose. Felt like power. But here is what nobody told you. That version of strength has an expiration date. It works until it does not. It holds you up until it breaks you down. And when it breaks, it does not break quietly. It breaks in exhaustion so deep that sleep cannot fix it. It breaks in resentment you feel guilty for having. It breaks in moments where you look in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back at you, because that person is tired, and they have every right to be. So let this be the moment where you rewrite the definition. True strength is not about being unbreakable. It is about being willing to break and then choosing to heal. It is about saying I do not know and being at peace with the silence that follows. It is about crying when you need to cry and not apologizing for the tears. It is about setting boundaries even when other people are disappointed by them. It is about choosing rest over reputation, peace over performance, truth over image. A lion does not need to roar every moment of every day to prove it is a lion. Sometimes the most powerful thing a lion can do is lay in the sun and rest. Not because it is weak, but because it knows its strength so deeply that it does not need to prove it to anyone. That is where you are headed. That is the kind of strength this season of your life is building inside you. Not the loud, visible, performance-based strength that burns out, but the quiet, rooted, unshakable strength that comes from knowing who you are regardless of who is watching. That is your birthright as a Leo. Not the performance, not the spectacle, the knowing, the deep, unwavering, absolute knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Even when you are messy, even when you are uncertain, even when you are small. especially when you are small, because anyone can feel strong when things are going well. But the person who can feel their own worth in the middle of the storm, that is a person whose fire will never go out. And that person is you. Not the you that the world sees, the real you, the one behind the mane, the one who has been quietly wondering if they still have what it takes. You do. You always have, and you always will. And the moment you stop measuring your strength by how much you can carry and start measuring it by how deeply you can feel, everything changes. Your relationships change. Your health changes. Your sense of purpose changes. Because you are no longer fighting to hold it all together. You are finally letting yourself be held by the truth of who you really are. And that is the strongest thing a Leo can ever do. Tip 10. Trust that what is coming is bigger than what you lost. We have reached the final tip, and I saved this one for last because it is the one that ties everything together. Everything you have been through, every disappointment, every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, every time you felt like your fire was going out, it was all leading somewhere. And I need you to trust that where it is leading is worth every single thing it cost to get here. This is not blind optimism. This is not some hollow promise that everything happens for a reason and you should just smile through the pain. No, this is something deeper than that. This is a recognition of the pattern that has played out in your life over and over again, even if you have been too close to it to see it clearly. Think back. Think about the other times in your life when everything fell apart, when something you loved was taken, when a door slammed shut so hard it shook the walls, when you were certain that you would never recover. And then think about what came after. Not immediately after, not the next day or the next week, but eventually, something opened, something better, something you could not have predicted or planned or even imagined showed up, and it showed up precisely because the old thing had to leave first. That is the pattern, and it is happening again right now. The losses you have experienced recently, whether they were relationships, opportunities, beliefs about yourself, or versions of your life that you thought were permanent, they were not endings. They were clearings. The universe was making room. It was removing what no longer served you so that what is meant for you could finally fit. And what is meant for you, Leo, is not small. It never has been. You were not born to live a quiet, contained, carefully managed life. You were born to shine in a way that changes the atmosphere of every room you enter. You were born to lead with heart, to love with courage, to create things that move people, to stand in your truth so fully that others find the courage to stand in theirs. That is your destiny, and it has not changed just because you went through a hard season. Hard seasons do not cancel destiny. They refine it. They burn away the parts of you that were never really you in the first place, and they leave behind pure gold. You are the gold, Leo. You have always been the gold, and the small victory that is coming, the one this entire message has been pointing toward, it is simply the first glimpse, the first ray of sunlight after a long night, the first note of a song that is going to play for the rest of your life if you let it. So let it. Stop resisting. Stop protecting yourself from hope because you are afraid of being disappointed again. Disappointment cannot destroy you. Never could. You have proven that 100 times over. What can destroy you is refusing to believe that better things are possible. What can destroy you is locking your heart away so tightly that even the good things cannot get in. So open. Just a little. Just enough to let the light touch you. Just enough to feel the warmth of what is coming. It is close. Closer than you think. And when it arrives, you will understand everything. Every tear. Every loss. Every quiet night where you wondered why. It will all make sense. Not because the pain was good, but because you were strong enough to walk through it and wise enough to let it change you. And that, dear Leo, is the greatest victory of all. Everything we have talked about today comes down to one simple truth. You have never stopped being who you were born to be. The fire inside you has been burning this entire time, even when you could not feel it. Even when the world tried to convince you it was gone, it was there. It is here. And it is about to remind you of something you should never have forgotten, that you are extraordinary, not because of what you achieve, not because of how many rooms you light up. You are extraordinary because of who you are at your core. The loyalty, the generosity, the courage, the love that flows from you so naturally that you do not even realize how rare it is. Those are the essence of your spirit, and no amount of disappointment or heartbreak can take them from you. So take everything from this message and hold it close. Remember that your fire never left. Remember that small victories matter more than grand gestures. Remember to protect your mornings, guard your creative energy, release the people who drain you, and forgive yourself for the past. Remember that receiving is strength and that true power does not need an audience. Remember that what you lost was making room for what you are about to gain. And most importantly, remember that you deserve to feel alive again. Not just surviving, not just going through the motions, truly deeply, radiantly alive. The kind of alive that only a Leo can be when their fire is fully lit. That fire is ready. It has been waiting for this moment. And now that you know the truth, now that you have heard every word of this message and felt it land somewhere deep inside your chest, there is only one thing left to do. Light the match. Take the first step. Claim the small victory. And watch as your entire world begins to glow again. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift. Or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.